So after making the Eastern Conference Finals last season, the expectations for the Pacers were very high. And to start the year, it wasn't going very well. They were 16-18 the first 3 months of the season, battling the injury bug, but also battling inconsistencies from their best player, Tyrese Haliburton. But now they are healthy, they have found their starting lineup, and they are rolling in the month of January. 9-2 record, and all of a sudden, they're right in the race for a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference if they really put it together. And guess what? They quietly have one of the best starting lineups in the NBA. So go to NBA.com. I filter 200 minutes played for a lineup, and you have the Boston Celtics starting 5. Al Horford, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White. They have 121.3 offensive rating, 100 defensive rating, 21.1 net rating. Very good. Then, of course, the second place team is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shea, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Hardenstein, 118.2 offensive rating, 100.6 defensive rating, 17.6 net rating. And then next up is the Indiana Pacers starting 5. Tyrese Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nembhard, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner. Unreal production. On the year, they have 349 minutes played, 115.1 offensive rating, 99.1 defensive rating, 16 net rating. And the Pacers are quietly producing at a very high level in terms of their starting 5, which is a good sign moving forward for sure. They also have some pretty impressive victories lately, beating the Boston Celtics in Boston on December 29th, beating the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland January 12th, also beating Detroit on January 16th, which is impressive because Detroit has been one of the better teams surging in the Eastern Conference as of late. Now, the thing is, they're really impressive against 500 or above competition, 13-11. And it was like that last season. That's one of the better marks in the Eastern Conference. And the Knicks are 11-13 against above 500 competition. The Milwaukee Bucks, 10-10. Pretty much everyone is under 500 in that conference, above 500 competition, besides Boston and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it was the exact same thing last year. It seems like they play better against better teams, 27-21 against above 500 competition. But you look at this year, below 500 competition, they're only 11-9. I don't know what it is, but low-key, I trust the Indiana Pacers against good teams more than average teams. It's just kind of weird. Now, looking deeper into the reason for their turnaround, it's kind of a surprising reason because they're not known for this, but they really have found an identity in it, and it's helping them win ball games, aka defense. Yeah, the Indiana Pacers have been playing elite defense, 6th in January for defensive rating. Now, the thing is, overall, over the whole entire NBA season, 20th in defensive rating, and that's because the first 3 months of the season, they were terrible defensively. But man, oh man, if they figured something out defensively, that can be a game changer for them because we know they have the pieces offensively. It's just about putting it together defensively a little more consistently. And the thing is, they are amazing at turning good defense and getting stops into immediate points. They average 17 fast break points per game. That's good for 8th in the NBA. And now let me introduce you to their most important player. He might not be their best, but in my opinion, he really just connects lineups and finishes lineups with his skill set because he can play defense, create offense for himself. He can pretty much do it all. So Andrew Nembhard is, of course, who I'm talking about. The Pacers are 19-10 with him on the season. That's a 65 win percentage. Not only that, but he's easily leading the team in plus 132. The next closest is Pascal Siakam, plus 95. Not only that, but his on-off numbers are ridiculous. Per 100 possessions, plus 11.9 for Andrew Nembhard. And the eye test really backs this up. Whenever I watch the Pacers, I feel like Andrew Nembhard just pops out the screen. But not only that, the advanced numbers as well. I wanted to dig a little deeper and see which combinations are really working. So I did 3 player lineups for the Indiana Pacers. over 300 minutes played on the season. And it's so funny. I filtered it by best net rating, just like I did the starting five earlier in the video. And all you see is Andrew Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard. He's included in the top 6 lineups. Pascal Siakam, Nembhard, and Benedict Mathurin lead the charge with 16.9 net rating. And then Tyrese Haliburton, Nembhard, and Siakam right behind them with 15.3. And then Turner, Siakam, Nembhard, Miles Turner, Nembhard, Tyrese Haliburton, Miles Turner, Nembhard, Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nembhard, Tyrese Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin. He's such a perfect fit for this team because he can lead the charge in a lineup at some points, but also he can drift back into the third guy role and just focus on defense if that's what's needed out of him. He'll do whatever's needed, and that's why you're seeing these results. So I gave Nembhard the most important player award, but the best player award easily goes to Pascal Siakam this year for the Pacers. He's been their most consistent player. He's been pretty healthy as well. 20 points per game, very efficiently, giving you great two-way play, 7.6 rebounds per game, 3.7 assists, and his on-off numbers, once again, just like Nembhard, are outrageous. Plus 11.1 per 100 possessions. And once again, in the month of January, he's been doing what he's been doing. 20 points efficiently, elite defense. But a big reason for their turnaround is the consistency offensively between Tyrese Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin, and Miles Turner. Tyrese Haliburton, 18 points per game in January, 49.6% from the field, 41% from three on 6.8 three-pointers attempted per game. Very high volume. And also, he's giving you 9.2 assists per game. Ridiculous stuff. And he's only averaging 1.7 turnovers in the month of January. So Tyrese Haliburton is back on that all-star level. And then Miles Turner, 17.1 points per game, 40% from the three-point line on 6 attempts per game. Also giving you a steal and 2 blocks per game in January. And then Benedict Mathurin, 15.2 points per game, 50% from the field, 5.2 three-pointers attempted per game, only 31%, but it's always nice to have high volume from 3 next to your best players. And also 2.1 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game. So the consistency offensively between Haliburton, Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin has joined Siakam, and that's why you're seeing these positive results. And also, of course, the defense is coming together like I went over earlier. And the thing is, the depth of this team has always been good. Obi Toppin, very solid player off the bench, giving you 10 points in the month of January. Thomas Bryant has been really good as an addition that they traded for because of injuries to Miles Turner. He's been perfect, and he can even start if Turner is injured. Aaron Nesmith has been injured. He's coming back, and he's very key for them, especially defensively. And we know what TJ McConnell does. He just comes in, gets paint touches, creates shots for he and others. Jarence Walker, when he has played, he has looked good. Ben Shepherd as well. They got the depth. So the fact that their starting 5 is producing at that level really makes me believe in this team. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments section.